Hello and welcome back to Obas Trending Gist, where we'll cut through the noise to give you the real story. Today, we are sinking our teeth into a political masterpiece of analysis. The Nigerian political landscape is a hotbed for whisper and strategic move ahead of 2027. And at the center of it all are two critical questions. Is the former president Goodluck Jonathan poised for a dramatic return? And can the PDP, that's the People's Democratic Party, pull itself back from the brink of collapse? We've got a clip from Arise News morning show where their director of news and politics editor, Sumner Sambo, provides a brilliant breakdown in response to Dr. Abati's probing questions. This is not just news, it is a political chess lesson. So let's watch the first part and then we'll break it all down. So sit back and take a watch.
Well, Sumner, let's start from where we left off last week. There was so much talk last week. We couldn't get to what you wanted to talk about, which was President Goodluck Jonathan, and the people saying, bring back our Goodluck Jonathan. They met at the Aminu Kano Literacy Center for Research and Documentation over the weekend. And Dr. Kyari, their spokesperson, was saying, oh, there's a lot of bad luck in Nigeria. They want their good luck back. And they also appealed to other political players, particularly within the fold of the PDP, of the ADC, and the NMPP, Kwankwanso, Amechi, El-Rufai, and Waziri Adamawa, Atiku Abubakar, to step down and allow President Jonathan to emerge as a consensus candidate. You wanted to talk about that, so it's a story that has developed. But I would like you to tie that to the fact that today, the next meeting of the PDP is supposed to hold. As we speak, the Board of Trustees, BOT, of the PDP is meeting ahead of the next meeting at 2 p.m. Now, yesterday there were meetings trying to form a consensus. Now, the Southern Caucus that met in Lagos last week, what they have done is that they have zoned certain positions to the south. The most important is National Deputy Chairman, which they have kept in the south, Deputy Auditor General, National Secretary, Deputy National Secretary, and all of that, leaving that space open for a candidate from the south to emerge as the presidential candidate, because you can't have president and chairman of the party from the same zone. Meanwhile, there is a rift between Wike and Makinde, and Wike is saying, except what happened at the South-South Congress is recognized, they should forget about any permutations within the PDP, and that what happened in Lagos last week was unconstitutional. Now, please, could you help us unpack all of this? Who is going to win at the end of the day? Or is the PDP destined to remain permanently in the intensive care unit? What should we expect today? Will the meeting even hold at all? With Nyesom Wike saying that if he does not approve of it, if it is not authorized, it will not happen.
All right, let us pause right there because what Sumner Sambo just laid out is a masterclass in political triangulation. He is not just talking about individual ambitions. He is hinting at a grand, almost Machiavellian strategy orchestrated by certain northern political elites. The core idea he presents is a dramatic divide and conquer tactic. The theory is that by encouraging multiple powerful southern candidates, President Tinubu from the APC, Peter Obi from Labour, and a potential Goodluck Jonathan from the PDP, the massive Southern bloc voting will be fractured. It will be split three ways. When this happens, no single Southern candidate can command a decisive majority. This scenario, as Sambo explains perfectly, set the stage for a formidable Northern candidate like Atiku Abubakar to consolidate the Northern vote and emerge with a significant advantage. This isn't just a race, it is a calculated effort to exploit regional fault lines. These political titans are being set on a collision course, and the outcome could reshape our political map. Now, Let's see how the internal chaos within the PDP fits into this complex puzzle. So sit back and watch this.
All right, thank you, Dr. Abati, and you've also done some good job by unpacking all these issues. Let's start from Jonathan that you talked about. I mean, yeah, it's an ongoing conversation, and I can tell you, I mean, there are different political strategies that are ongoing ahead of the 2027 general election, and there's a particular group of northern apparatchik that are actually calculating ahead of the 2027 election that if the South is not careful, it could be a very huge challenge. So this is the thinking among some of these top political leaders that Jonathan will contest in the PDP. Peter Obi should go and contest in the Labour Party. President Bola Tinubu, of course, will continue in the APC. And of course, Atiku Abubakar will go ahead to contest in the ADC, like you would have heard him saying that he's in the race and fully in the race. And what does this happen? What happens out of all of this calculation? The idea is to actually weaken the votes from the South, and maybe potentially Rotimi Amechi out of anger too, also going out of the ADC to actually do something else. And by the time you tabulate the figures that will be coming out from the election, the South would be weakened by so many candidates that would have contested. And Atiku Abubakar will still be very strong in terms of the votes that he would have got. Because the idea is to push anything other than Bola Tinubu to northerners, to sell someone like an Atiku Abubakar that is capable of actually dethroning Bola Tinubu. And of course, with the votes that will be coming out divided from Peter Obi, from Bola Tinubu, and all of that, you have a situation whereby there may be a likelihood of a runoff, and that will be a huge challenge. Now, getting back to the issues of Goodluck Jonathan, contesting, does he really stand the chance of getting the ticket? Well, the thing is, what I've learned from people close to Jonathan is that he has asked the PDP, people within the PDP that approach him, to go back and fix the party, to fix the Wike problem in the party. Now, they used to say that the PDP had an Atiku problem. Now Atiku is out of the PDP. Let them also go and fix the Wike problem in the PDP. And today, there are some decisive actions that will be taken. One of them that we are looking out for is the report of the Tom Ikimi-led National Disciplinary Committee. We hear that that report will be laid before the National Executive Committee meeting today, NEC meeting, and all those who betrayed the party from 2023 would actually be disciplined, or if they don't take a crucial decision, that action will be hot on the table, but then decisions will be deferred. And let's talk about this next meeting holding. It's going to hold because they actually have an issue at hand, and this is it. The National Secretary of the party, from what I gathered, actually signed for the next meeting to hold in their letter to INEC, but refused to sign for the letter authorizing the National Convention to hold. And so the PDP NEC will be taking a crucial decision today, and we'll be looking out to see whether Samuel Anyan will be present at this NEC meeting. Because if the letter goes to INEC and there is no signature of the National Secretary of the party alongside that of the National Chairman authorizing the convention, then you will now go back to what Wike has said in his interview sometime last week, that he's waiting to see if the convention or not will hold. And his major grouse is actually that Dan Obi, who's the National Vice Chairman for South-South, has not been recognized by the National Working Committee yet after that Calabar meeting. And then, of course, Ali Odefa, the National Vice Chairman for the Southeast, is still being recognized while Wike is saying that that shouldn't happen. But then, most of the leaders are saying that they must have a party ahead of the 2027 general election, and some people within the Wike political camp too are already saying that Wike's high-handedness need to be called to order. And so this is the assignment that Jonathan has given to them. Whether they can deliver before he takes his decision or not is left to be seen. But I can tell you that there are exciting times ahead of 2027 general election, and President Bola Tinubu and his APC has to be very, very calculative and careful. And we all wait to see how it all plays out.
This second part is where it gets even more fascinating. Goodluck Jonathan isn't just waiting by the phone, he is dictating times. Sumner Sambo revealed that Jonathan has given the PDP an assignment Go and fix your party. This is a powerful precondition. He is essentially saying, I will not lead a house divided against itself. And what is the main problem to be fixed? The Wike problem. Nyesom Wike, the FCT minister, is the only elephant in the room. He is a member of the PDP's National Executive Committee, yet he is serving in an APC government and has a stranglehold on a significant faction of the party. Jonathan understands that you cannot go into a political war with a general who is dining with the enemy. Sambo points out the technical but crucial issues. The party's disciplinary committee report, which is expected to address members who engage in anti-party activities, is yet to be acted upon. The legitimacy of the party's zonal leadership is being contested. These are not minor squabbles. They are foundational cracks that threaten to bring the whole structure down. Jonathan's message is clear. Deal with the rebellion and unify the party or count me out. Now, for my take on this. Sumner Sambo hasn't just analyzed the news. He has peeled back the curtain on the high-stake power play defining Nigerian political future. First, let us talk about Goodluck Jonathan's paradox. There is a profound irony here. The very party that saw a massive internal revolt against him in 2015 is now looking to him as a potential savior. Why? Because in politics, power abhors a vacuum. The desperation creates strange bedfellows. Jonathan is seen as arguably the only political figure with the temperament, national acceptance, and southern base to potentially build a broad coalition necessary to challenge the incumbent APC. He is the known quantity who left party gracefully, and that image is a powerful political asset. His potential candidacy is being floated as the PDP's break glass in case of emergency option. Second, let's decode Wike's endgame. Nyesom Wike is playing a brilliant, if disruptive, game of political chess. By accepting a ministerial role under President Tinubu, he has secured his relevance, insulated himself, and kept a foot in boot camp. His goal is to maintain control over the PDP structure, ensuring that if the party is to survive, it must do so on his terms. He is a kingmaker who refuses to be unseated. The PDP's dilemma is that they can't seem to win with him, but they fear they can't survive without him. This internal power struggle is the party's Achilles heels, and Jonathan knows it. This brings me to the northern calculus. The strategy Sambo hinted at is cynical but politically astute. It is a recognition that the path of the presidency in Nigeria often paves by exploiting division. By subtly fanning the flames of ambition in the south, they create a scenario where the south's numerical strength is nullified by its lack of unity. This puts the onus entirely on southern leaders to do something they have historically struggled with, put collective interest above personal ambition. So, what does this all mean? The PDP is at a crossroad. The upcoming NEC meeting is not just another meeting, it is a battle for the party's soul. They have a choice, either to take difficult and painful steps to enforce discipline, resolve their leadership tussle, and create a truly unified platform that can attract a figure like Jonathan, or continue in this state of managed chaos and risk becoming a shadow of their former selves. Goodluck Jonathan's potential return is less about his own ambition and more about PDP's desperation for a credible unifying candidate. But he is wisely refusing to be glued for a shattered verse. He's asking them to rebuild the verse first. Whether they have the will and the capacity to do so will be the most compelling political story to watch in the coming months. That's my take on these developing stories. The game is afoot and the stakes couldn't be higher. What do you think? Can PDP fix itself? Is Jonathan their only answer? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. If you found this analysis insightful, please hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to Obas Trending Gist. We will keep tracking the trend for you. Thanks for watching.